discover how an amazing secret. Watch this video to discover how an amazing secret discovered by a desperate bald guy lets you stop and reverse all signs of hair loss permanently, even if nothing else has worked and you thought you'd be bald for the rest of your life. You won't hear this from your doctor yet, because most healthcare professionals are brainwashed into the surgery medication cycle, which you may already know hasn't worked for you. Bottom line, this can work for you very well, no matter how long your hair has been thinning or how severe your hair loss is. And in many cases, this gives results faster than you'd probably believe. Don't just take my word for that. Look at what one of my many success stories had to say. Hello, Mr. John. You are my hero. I bought your book at the end of February 2011, and now it's been only 3 weeks. I am very serious about getting my hair back, so I used several of your methods mixed together. This morning, I looked at my reflection in the mirror, and I noticed that the scalp area that is missing the hair now has very small, very soft hairs. I hope soon it will be longer and stronger. Thank you so much for the best info I got in my life. Later, John. If you're tired of the embarrassment and frustration of being that bald guy, this video will reveal how to regrow your own 100% natural hair without scary creams, medications, or expensive, painful surgery. Why your hair started to disappear in the first place. How to slow down and reverse your own hair loss situation, even if nothing else has worked for you. And here's the best part. Because of the stuff I'm going to show you, you can not only regrow your missing hair, but you can grow it back thicker and healthier than it ever was before. And that's guaranteed. But more about that in a second. Here's the deal. If you want to overcome your hair loss and finally recover that thick mane of hair you once had, what I'm about to share with you is probably what's been holding you back. You see, there are 3 things you're never told about beating your hair loss. 1, the big brand name medications are clinically proven to work in less than 30% of cases. 2, believe it or not, it's actually pretty easy to pinpoint the root cause of your hair loss. And number 3, once you know the root, reversal is even easier. Bottom line, without knowing that stuff, you'll probably never beat the pesky hair loss that's been ruining your life. You'll always be conscious of your hair, and you'll always be the subject of ridicule. People make fun of bald guys. That's just how it is. If you're tired of that, the only solution is to finally do something about it. And no, I'm not talking about getting a hairpiece. Not to mention all the other baggage that goes along with losing your hair. Worrying that you're less of a man. Worrying what people are thinking. Feeling unattractive and all that other unpleasant stuff. What you're looking at here is a proven, simple method to get rid of all the pain and heartache you've been going through, and instead get back the confidence and security you know you'll feel once you're normal again. In short, this is exactly what you need to immediately get in control of your hair loss and start transforming your life today. Now, how did I get access to this amazing hair regrowth secret? My name is John Kelby. Truth is, I stumbled across this hair-saving miracle through nothing but blind luck and frustration. Long story short, I started losing my hair as soon as I hit my 30s. At first, it was pretty slow. I thought it may mean that I'd be bald by the time I was 50 or 60. But boy, was I wrong. The hair loss got worse year by year, and when I hit 36 or 37, I was reduced to shaving my remaining hair ultra short. Otherwise, it looked like some kind of a freaky comb-over. And nobody wants to be that guy, you know? The funny thing was, after a while, I got used to it. But then somebody showed me an old picture of me from a few years before. And man, I had a lot more hair. That really brought it home to me. I wanted to be that young stud again. So I started searching online, researching everything I could. And I discovered some terrifying facts about hair loss. Did you know that the main chemical in the leading brand name hair restore is actually intended for treating strokes? And that it's been proven to cause hair loss in a certain amount of men, as well as all kinds of other terrifying stuff like high blood pressure and diabetes. Scary, huh? Did you know that your teeth can affect how your hair grows? Seriously, if you've got bad dental work, it could seriously hamper the health of your hair. Did you know you could be eating yourself bald? Your diet has a ton of stuff to do with how your hair grows, but not in the way you're probably thinking. And the real scary thing is that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, bottom line, all the stuff you thought you knew about hair loss, all that stuff the doctors and specialists told you is not only untrue, it's actually harming your hair. And even more scary than that, your physical health. After months and years of reading between the lines, studying the latest research papers, things like that, I started noticing some similarities and trends. Well, gradually I started applying what I learned. And I wouldn't say it worked right away, but it did work. I saw a noticeable difference in the first couple of weeks, and the progress just grew and grew. After a couple of months, it was hard to tell I'd been balding at all. It was about then that people started asking me what had happened. After all, it's pretty noticeable when one of your friends goes from being almost bald to having a full head of hair again. So I told them, and they all wanted in on it, even the guys who weren't losing their hair. That made me put everything I knew into a special guide. It got refined and improved over the next couple of years as more and more of my friends saw success and passed it on to others. And suddenly, I found myself with a Bible of hair regrowth. And for the first time ever, I'm unleashing it on the public, so ordinary people can experience the dramatic hair regrowth they deserve. Introducing Hair Again, a proven system for regrowing your own hair. Even if you've been bald for years and thought nothing would ever help you, it's time you got past all the shame and embarrassment of losing your hair and skipped ahead to where you know exactly what to do to regain your dignity. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not going to run through hair transplant ideas or tell you to buy the commercially available hair regrowth formulas. You know why? Because that stuff is dangerous in the long term, and the chances of success are nowhere near as high as those companies would have you believe. Instead, I'm going to give you a clear-cut plan to get you on the road to completely natural, healthy hair regrowth. Probably faster than you'd dare hope. You see, the secrets and information you're going to learn inside Hair Again will not only show you how to fix your thinning hair, but you'll learn why it was thinning in the first place. And I think we both agree, it's much easier to fix something when you know what the problem is, isn't it? That's why you're going to get access to secrets like the weird use for an everyday kitchen ingredient that can stop your hair loss in its tracks. And you'll never believe what it is. How to know if you have the scary skin parasites responsible for a terrifying amount of hair loss. Why some everyday hair loss treatments have dangerous side effects. Seriously, I'm talking diabetes, high blood pressure, depression, and much, much more, including more hair loss. Seriously, some of this stuff will actually make you lose your hair. How a dentist can stop your hair loss with a single, simple procedure that takes less than an hour. This could change your life from tomorrow. Why a trip to the supermarket could be the best thing you can do to slow down and reverse your hair loss. How to mix up your own 100% natural hair tonic that'll get you results without the scary side effects. Why PUVA therapy may not be the wonder cure people have made it out to be. You really need to know this stuff before agreeing to any treatment like that. 5 simple exercises you can do to promote thicker, fuller hair and stimulate regrowth. And the crazy thing is, you can actually feel it working. And plenty more besides. This amazing guide will show you exactly how to break free of the shackles of hair loss and become somebody who fought back and fixed his hair problems easily and without expensive, scary treatments or fake medication. If you're thinking this is going to be all about mixing up some home-brew versions of name brand hair tonics, let me ask you something. Wouldn't you rather skip all that expensive garbage and hype and instead get right down to something that actually works, that you can feel working from day one? Well, that's why I designed this. Not for those rich guys to just throw money at a problem, but for an average guy to find a cost-effective solution and help him see results without breaking the bank. For example, you'll see my proven techniques for putting together your own completely natural hair restoration tonics. And the difference is, they're not full of scary chemicals or toxins, just 100% natural ingredients that help grow your hair back. You see, I want to help everybody, not just those that can afford pricey treatments or are willing to undergo scary surgery. So you are going to see how just about anybody suffering from thinning hair can finally experience real hair regrowth. In fact, you'll grow back such thick, full hair, people will think you're wearing a wig. Of course you won't be. But by now, people have gotten so used to the look of you with less hair, they won't be able to believe you figured out a way to grow your hair back. But that's exactly how it will be. You'll make people so curious, other guys will be begging you for your secret. And of course, it's up to you whether you tell them any of the stuff you're about to learn. Such as why owning the wrong kind of brush instantly increases your chances of losing your hair at a young age. And there are dozens of more facts like that inside. Things like the everyday supplement you can find in your local health food store that generated new hair growth in 60% of men in a recent clinical study. Why your healthy hair may not be as healthy as you think. The 7 types of baldness. There are only 7 variations, and knowing which one is affecting you will make it much easier to treat, fix, and reverse. How a bad diet can cause your hair loss, and why it's a laughably easy fix if it's affecting you. Why wigs may be stopping your hair from ever growing back, unless you've got a couple of grand to spend. How the right kind of light at just the right time can slow down and even reverse your hair loss. What hair loss tells you about your body. Once you know this, fixing it is pretty simple. It's like a mechanic being able to fix a car once he's identified the problem. How to eat your way to better, healthier hair, and tons more besides. For example, one of the first things I'll talk you through is all your hair regrowth options. I want you to understand there are a lot of choices out there and why some of them may not be all they seem. If you've ever sampled any of those over-the-counter hair medications and seen absolutely 0 results, you'll know what I mean. And I'll reveal exactly why that stuff doesn't work for most people, even though it's crazy expensive. Secrets like that are why thousands of people all over the world have already been helped by this amazing information. It really can work for anyone. Personally, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I was able to discover this stuff for myself and see a dramatic difference in my own hair Since then, the program has been refined, improved, and added to, so it's even easier for the average guy to get the results he wants. To put it bluntly, if you can read and use a computer mouse, you can use this guide. It's delivered to you by immediate download in the next few moments, so you can literally be improving the health of your hair within minutes. And do you know what else is cool? You'll also get access to all the updates, free. So whenever I add to the program or discover something new, you'll get notified by email and get the download to the new version at zero cost. Now, some would say, John, this sounds like exactly what I need, but how much is it? That's a great question. And the answer is much less than you probably think. Before we get into that, though, I want to tell you that this is a 100% risk-free deal. In fact, I'm so confident that this will transform your life, I'm going to guarantee it changes everything for you. And you get to try it out for 8 whole weeks before you need to decide if this is for you. Go ahead and try hair again right now. And if you don't see noticeable improvements and more hair on your head, let me know with a simple email to the support department, and I'll arrange a quick and courteous refund. No questions and no excuses. And just to show there's no hard feelings, I'll even let you keep the guide. Now that guarantee makes sure that this is a completely no-risk deal for you. And just to make sure this is something you really don't want to miss out on, I've made sure this price is a rock-bottom bargain too. Before we get into that though, let's talk about the alternatives. How much would you pay for any of the other options we've talked about? Well, hair transplant surgery could easily set you back 5 figures, and even more. Worse, it could take a while to get you to anywhere near normal hair thickness. So you'll have to go back time and again, and each visit costs a bomb. And what about hair pieces, wigs, and other coverings? Well, these can be an acceptable temporary measure, but even a half-decent one is going to cost you more than $1,000, which doesn't include all the maintenance fees you'll need to pay to have it taken care of. Now, if you'd prefer to go to the over-the-counter method with one of the brand-name hair restorers, you're looking at somewhere between $40 to $70 a month. And we already talked about how those things don't work for anybody unless you use it at least 6 months. So you're looking at between $240 and $400 for something that's clinically proven to work with only a small percentage of men and can harm you quite seriously. Or there's hair again. You can download my entire guide right now for a simple one-off payment of just $37. That's it. $37 to finally reverse your hair loss and start regaining your dignity and youthful vigor with no risk or harm or long-term side effects. The best part is you'll get your instant download in just a minute or two from now, so you can start changing your life right away. And just to sweeten the deal even more, if you go ahead and order right now, you'll get these amazing fast action bonuses at zero extra cost. Fast action bonus number 1 is a $27 value. Keep that hair. How to stop your hair from thinning in the first place. Now, this guide will show you exactly how to make sure your healthy hair stays healthy, so you won't ever need to worry about losing it ever again. This is a life changer on its own. Fast action bonus number 2 is a $37 value. Hair Again audiobook, downloadable MP3 version. You'll be able to put this into your iPod or other music player. Listen to it in the car, wherever you want. If you're not a reader, this is a must for you. But that's not all. If you go ahead and order right now, today, I'll throw in something that's going to be completely invaluable. You'll get the Hair Again Fast Action Guide, so you'll see just how to get started fixing your hair problems within the next few minutes. You'll get right down to the meat of things and know what to do immediately. Here's what to do now. Grab a credit or debit card and hit the Add to Cart button below. You'll be taken to our 100% secure order page. We use ClickBank to process payments with an ultra-safe and secure 128-bit encryption. As soon as your details are filled out and the order is placed, you'll be transferred directly to your member's site, where you can download everything right away. In the next few minutes, you'll know exactly what to do to start regrowing your hair. So, go ahead, hit the button right now. If you've gotten this far and you haven't jumped on this huge bargain yet, quite frankly, there's something important you need to know. Right now, at this very second, you are standing at a crossroads. There are 2 paths to choose from, and the decision you make from here will affect every single day of your life from this point on. In one direction, you'll lose this page, forget you ever saw it, and continue losing your hair at an ever-increasing rate. You'll wind up totally bald, if you're not already. And you'll probably waste a fortune over the years on hair restorer lotions, potions, and all kind of stuff that we both know doesn't actually work. Or you can choose the other direction, the one where you jump on this red-hot, life-changing bargain right now, and right away things start to change for you. From today, you'll have a perfect, clear-cut idea of how you're going to beat your thinning hair. And once you get rolling, you'll see the progress you've been hoping for all this time. Those little tiny fresh hairs sprouting from your scalp. No more worrying about getting older, worrying about your appearance, or any of that other crazy emotional baggage going bald brings with it. Instead, you'll be regaining your youthful vigor and finally beating your baldness once and for all. Do it right now. Hit the button below and claim the future you deserve. Looking forward to seeing you on the other side. P.S. Don't forget, I've covered you with a great guarantee here and removed all the risk. Bottom line, if you're not happy with Hair Again, I don't want your money. So you'll get every penny back with no arguments, and you'll get to keep the guide.